Pueblo, it's about that time. It's about that time I introduce you to the man that everyone's sleeping on. The man that on defense haunts the souls of the opposing quarterbacks and their future children. On offense, he could run, he could block, he'll catch a pass, he'll lay the smack down on your candy ass. We all know about the Bell and the rivalry and the legends, but it ain't about them. Like I said, it's about the man y'all are sleeping on. Give it up for Pueblo's own, the GOAT of Central High, Michael Montoya.
Welcome back to the pod. Recurring guest, even though I'm the ultimate recurring guest. This is the second ultimate recurring guest, my cousin Michael. What's up, big dog? How you doing? Now, you're rushing. You have 30 carries on the season so far. All those carries, you rushed over 300 yards, averages 5 yards per game, and you have 8 tutties on the season. How does that make you feel? 5 games in the season.
It makes me feel pretty good.
Yeah. Now, 3-2, you guys have had a little bit of a rough patch. What do you expect for the latter part of the season, especially knowing that, some games had some questionable calls?
I feel like we sort of got everything together and we're much more cohesive now. You know what I mean?
Nice.
So
Yeah.
I feel like we can move forward really nicely.
Now, that one game that I wasn't there personally, but the game against East. I'm a graduate of East, as many people know, but I was really hoping y'all would win. Just run me through the bases, kind of like what went wrong, because it was a very close game.
It was a close game. They played a really good game. We had a few penalties that set us back. Other than that, I thought it was a close game. What killed us was that penalty on the punt block. We got roughing the kicker, and they got the ball, and then they could just let time run out. But had we not gotten that, Mari got the ball, put us in a good position, make a drive down the field. We had a minute left. I feel confident we probably could have scored.
Nice. Now, to be on the topic of East, it was a talk of town. Just give me your thoughts, because I know you got to keep things a little cordial within the community. Just give me your thoughts on what happened and what the game meant to you as the Cannon game. Would you say that your game is bigger, more popular, that being the Bell game being played this Friday?
I would say the Bell game is just they're both really awesome.
Yeah.
But I would say the Bell game just because of the history and all that.
Sure. Longest running rivalry west of the Mississippi, as
yes,
they
sir.
say.
Yes, sir. So I'd say the Bell game.
Yeah. Now, to the fight. Again, just what did you think? Because East was pummeling them, but just like me personally, I thought, wow, I did not think they would call the game.
I didn't think they called the game. I think both sides. Personally, I think both sides got a little bit too into it.
Sure.
I feel one side should have stepped up and been the better team,
right,
and just let it go.
Well, I watched the video kind of like over again, and it's like the South player didn't have to push it. I mean, sure, you could say they were upset, they were losing by so much, so the frustration just boiled over. But I just feel like both sides didn't handle it correctly, like you just said, and also no sides were in the right.
Exactly.
The more South egged things on, East egged things on.
Yeah.
And me personally, I wouldn't take that as a win. That's just me.
Yeah.
Instead of taking a 23-0 victory,
I think what should have happened, cannon brooms blew.
I said that too. I said that to a group of people. I'm like, the winner of the Bell game should get the cannon as well. And speaking of the big game, I guess like everyone in Pueblo knows the history. What do you think is going to happen on Friday? Like, I'm not asking for a prediction, but what do you expect from yourself and from your team?
I think we're going to play I think we're gonna play good. We're gonna play our hearts out.
Yeah.
We had a bye week last week. We took it easy, but got some good reps in.
Okay.
This week we're going back at it pretty hard. So
Nice. Now, you guys, there's some schools in Pueblo and in Colorado that only focus on winning the rivalry games. Their end goal is not as big as other schools. Do you think that your guys' goals are attainable? And if so, what are those goals? I feel like I asked you this question before, but since that was such a long time ago, I feel like I gotta ask you again.
well, like you said, a lot of people just wanna get to the bell game and then they quit.
Right.
I have faith in most of my players that we don't just want to win the bell game. We want to hopefully go to playoffs. That would be really cool. League championship.
Yeah.
That'd be cool too. I think it's attainable.
Mm-hmm.
We just gotta get better every week and just nose to the grindstone. You know?
Nice. Yeah, definitely. Let's switch gears a bit. Let's talk a little NFL because that's really popular these days. Your team is the Vikings.
Yep,
right?
Vikings.
Do you have a second team?
No, not really.
No.
I just I don't actually watch football that much.
No?
No,
No.
surprisingly.
Do you watch enough to give like kind of a Super Bowl prediction per se?
Nope, not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Because me, I got the Bucks and Broncos
Okay.
playing in the Super Bowl.
Okay. I like the Bucks. I like Tom Brady.
Yeah. Last year. You
Yeah.
know, he's got to do it. He's got to do it right. He's gotta do
Yeah,
it right.
I'm really going for Tom Brady.
Yeah,
That's all I
nice,
could say.
Now, switching gears again, what did you think? Because it's been a while since our last podcast, but what do you think about the new Batman? Because this guy, as I mentioned, look, there's a Batman logo right here. There's
Batman
another one right
Batman
there.
There's another one there. There's another one there.
Yeah, this dude loves Batman. So what do you think of the new Batman?
I really liked it.
Yeah.
It was definitely a different take, but I really liked it.
Yeah. Okay. I liked it too.
What'd you think?
To be honest, man,
3 good, 3 bad.
it blew my expectations away because I know Christopher Nolan's Batman was like more sci-fi and more fantasy, and this one felt like more noir, more real. And to me, I like that, because it's like, oh, it's kind of different, it's very different, and I see more down to earth, and I'm just like, wow, I do think they need to get a different Joker because I don't know if you saw
Yeah, I did see
like
that.
the sneak peek after the film and they released it on YouTube. I think they need a new Joker
I think so too.
because the Joker that they had, I think his name was Barry Keoghan, and I'm just
Something like that.
yeah, he's in Marvel, he's part of the Eternals, but it's like, man, it just needs to be better.
I agree on the Joker part. I was a little bit let down on that. I really liked, like you said, it felt down to earth.
Yeah, because don't get me wrong, The Dark Knight is probably one of the greatest,
Yeah.
not only superhero movies, but greatest movies of all time. One of, not the. But I just think this film hit something different that I feel like no other superhero movie really touched
Yeah.
on. Maybe Joker, but you can't even count that as a superhero movie. You count that more like
Yeah, just sort of
just the backstory.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I felt the same way.
yeah.
It got to it in a darker
Yeah.
way. I really liked that. One thing I didn't like was it was really dark.
Really?
It was really dark. Not
Like dark as in.
dark as in I couldn't see the screen.
Yeah, I was the same way. I had to see it twice because I'm
Yeah.
like, wait a minute.
And I love that because it used like the best part about Batman, like darkness and like shapes and all that.
Yeah.
And it did that really well.
Yeah.
But after how long was the movie? 2.5 hours.
Yeah,
3
I say
hours.
2.5.
2.5 hours of just like almost pitch black. It was a little bit tiring.
Yeah,
in my eyes.
definitely. It was well. Like I said, it just definitely hit a stratosphere that I didn't think a Batman movie could.
Oh yeah.
And I just thought, wow, this is my favorite Batman. Movie.
Yeah, Batman movie.
Yeah, because it just was that good. But
Yeah, I really like that. I really loved it. as for Batman choice, I thought he did a good job.
I thought he did a great job.
I thought he did a really
I thought
good
he did a
job.
Great job.
Yeah, you're right. I thought he did a really good job. He did Bruce Wayne good.
Yeah.
The-
He made, in a weird way, he kind of made Bruce Wayne feel like an ordinary person.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Yeah, because Christian Bale's Bruce Wayne, he's like rich, like this Tony Stark type, whatever. But him, like, yeah, he's rich and all.
But
That being Robert Pattinson, but
you
he's
could
like,
almost tell that,
yeah.
like, you know, all the trauma he went through. You could tell
Yeah.
that through the Bruce Wayne.
Yeah. And I just also feel like it was a very easy storyline to follow that
Yeah.
was super entertaining at the same time.
Yeah.
And it really did a good job of adding a level of like, okay, yeah, that's definitely superheroism, to, okay, wow, we see this in everyday life.
Yeah.
I just heard that same story on the news.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
Yeah. Do you keep up with Marvel at all?
A little
Or
bit, yeah.
Are you more
a
of
little
a
bit.
DC Batman guy?
More of a DC Batman guy,
Yeah.
but any superhero, so.
Okay. What do you think of like Marvel's Phase 4 and how it's going basically? Especially 3 years removed from Endgame, you know. Do you think it's like going up in the right direction? Is it plateauing, or is it kind of nosediving?
I miss Iron Man.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. So once Iron Man, spoilers by the way.
If you haven't seen Endgame, it's been 3 years. Y'all need to catch up.
I know. Yeah, once Iron Man,
Yeah.
R.I.P. I sort of
I think a lot of people lost a lot of interest.
Iron Man, Captain America.
Yeah. It's just not the same.
It's
you
just
know,
not the
that-
same.
They're making new series and superheroes. I just feel like, you know what? Definitely could be better, but also it's just,
I mean, it's Marvel, so they're all good.
yeah,
But I feel like that foundation of
right.
those just
Yeah,
is missing now.
definitely. A few more, then I'll let you go. I'm gonna stay on the superhero topic. Who would win in a fight? Batman or Iron Man?
Okay. I'm gonna go in depth in this.
Okay, please.
So I like them both. They're both like crazy geniuses
Sure.
in terms of like book smart.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure Tony Stark.
You have to
had.
give it to Iron Man there.
Yeah. Strategy wise, I think that goes to Batman.
Okay. Really? You think?
I think so.
Mm.
I mean, don't get me wrong, they're extremely close, but you know, that's the classic thing. With no
Sure.
prep time, Batman can beat
Yeah,
anybody.
yeah, but this is like you meet in the city.
This is like so
Yeah.
I'm trying to give it like
Yeah.
a little bit of wiggle room. Like
sure,
he had a
sure.
a couple days to be like
Mhm.
calling you out. 'Cause
Exactly. Like they have a full camp, you know.
Yeah.
It's like a fight, but you know, it's not like a fight. Me personally, I love Iron Man. I'd have to give it to Batman though, maybe because he's a better fighter, you know.
I'd say so too, but I mean, depending on if like if he had a suit similar to Iron Man,
Yeah.
because there's not much a guy in tights can do when you're punching steel, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I just love all those memes where it's like Batman will just beat you to death and that's it.
Yeah.
You know, it's just beat your ass. He won't even take you to jail. He
Yeah.
just beat your ass. I'm like, that's very true. That's very true.
Yeah.
Now, this Friday, big game. What do you expect the atmosphere to be like at Earl Dutch Clark? Because when it comes to these games, I don't think people understand the magnitude that these games have. Because in a normal game, there's anywhere from like 300 to 500 people, if that.
If that, yeah.
But for the Bell game and Cannon game, it's definitely standing room only, into the thousands, places rocking, sold out.
Yeah.
Just how are you going to cope with all that? The pressure, because I don't care who you are, how good you are, there is a ton of pressure when it comes into these rivalry games.
Yes. It's pretty crazy. Freshman year, I didn't even get to go to the Bell game because of COVID.
Sure,
So
sure.
all freshmen stayed home. I only they even only took like
Yeah.
most of the varsity guys and
Crazy
called up for
COVID
JV.
years.
Yeah, so didn't get to go that year. Sophomore year, first year, being on the field and playing, and that was a big jump from watching in the stands
Sure.
to being down there. You
Yeah,
don't
because-
realize how many people there
Yeah.
are.
Because back last year, COVID was kind of on the downfall and things were starting to open up. So, go ahead.
Yeah, and even though it wasn't like completely full, it was still like
Sure.
right in those middle, that middle
Absolutely.
section packed. Those other two sections were like packed, and then there
Yeah.
was a few bleachers here and there. But
Absolutely, yeah.
it was a really big jump for me. I think we can handle it pretty well.
Yeah.
As long as we tell ourselves it's just a game.
Right. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what you have to do.
Yeah, we're
You know?
practicing with speakers and stuff really loud,
that's
so we
good.
can get used to the noise.
That's good. That's smart coach you got there. Now, you play band as well. What do you say is a bigger challenge? Remembering all the plays or remembering the routine for a musical number?
I'm gonna say almost both. Band is actually a pretty big commitment,
Sure.
and to do it well, and if you want to be a good band, it takes a lot of work and a lot of practice. And I don't, even there during halftime or whatever,
Sure.
I don't have it completely down. So
I think you do a good job for juggling.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'd say I do decent. I hold my own. I'm gonna have to say it's a little bit tough to remember the music.
No, yeah.
Remember the music.
Honestly, I'd probably have the same mindset. Like, oh man, how am I gonna remember this? It's probably
And then
easier to
play
remember
it,
the
play
plays.
it, play it right.
Yeah,
That's another thing too.
yeah, for sure. Now, which instrument you play again?
I
Do you
play
play
the,
like a wide range, or do you have your mind set on one specific one?
I can pretty much play the percussion instruments.
Okay,
So if they wanted to throw me on one of those, I could play it.
nice.
For marching band, like during halftime or something, I'll be playing the vibraphone.
Oh wow, I never heard of that.
Yeah,
Tell me more about
it's
that.
almost like a xylophone.
Oh, that's right.
Metal.
That's right. Yes. Okay.
Has little spinny things.
Got it. Yeah. Okay.
So
Nice.
I like that. I like that because during halftime I'm normally pretty tired, so I
Sure.
don't want to be marching around
Yeah.
carrying the drums.
Now, will you be playing this Friday at the Bell game, or will your mind be focused solely on football?
I'll be playing during the halftime show with the vibraphone.
Nice.
They had drumline. They'll have a drumline battle,
Ah.
and I'm also part of drumline.
Okay.
But since it's bell game and all that, drumline, it just would have been hard to focus on both at the same time
Sure.
and perform them
Yeah. Yeah.
at the quality that I would have wanted. So I just stuck with football for.
Nice. Cool, man. That's real cool. He does it all. He literally does it all. Now, being that you're in band, going back to the East fight, being that you're in band, and say you were focused solely on band, not football, and you got the news, game was off, now you're going to have a chance to perform, what would your mindset be in that moment? Like, would you be angry?
I would be upset and sad. Upset and sad, more sad,
Yeah.
or at least like why can't you just let me play halftime? Or
Sure.
it was what, a minute left.
The minute
till
left.
half.
Yeah.
I would have been like, all right, call the game. Let's play halftime.
Sure, at least that. you
If
know.
not, I would want to be like, hey, can I get a few seconds of bell game? That would be my honest thing.
Ah, okay. See, me, it's like, I thought the same thing. I'm like, man, I feel bad for the halftime people, like the dancers that didn't get to perform, especially seniors. I thought for sure the parents would have more of a uproar in the controversy that ensued. But being the situation that they called the game off, they awarded East the Cannon. Do you think that East deserves a cannon? Do you think that the cannon should be vacant? Or do you think that Chancellor should come to some sort of agreement to where, all right, these two teams should play again? Like, find a date where they have to
Day game.
day game, and they have to play this over again.
I think that might be a good option. If not, then no, I don't think anybody should get the cannon until next year
Yeah.
and almost start over. But if they can, I don't see why not. Just find a day, play it then.
I totally agree with that as well. Now, since it is a big game, what is going to be your ritual? Like, what's the ultimate pregame ritual that you have, especially going into a big game like this?
So my favorite thing, I like Friday games. Wake up. Normally we have film. And team breakfast and stuff. So
Oh, nice.
head down to the school.
Yeah.
Eat breakfast. Talk with the guys. And then I'll come back. Just chill at home. I like to play music, so
Get your mind right.
yeah, I hop around on the different instruments. Do that. Then a few hours before the game, take a nice nap.
Ah, nice.
Wake up, get ready for the game.
You got a pregame snack?
Jimmy John's.
Ah,
I like Jimmy John's.
Jimmy John's, nice. Mine was always a PB&J.
Oh, I like that.
Loved it. Nice, man. And what about post-game? What do you like to do post-game after your good win?
Well, for bell game, we obviously get off at the school on the bus.
Right.
So I'll stay there for a few minutes, 15, 20 minutes while everybody's all cheering.
I'm pretty sure there's going to be a whole crowd
Yeah.
there should you guys win.
Yeah, it's awesome to soak that in and just be like, wow.
In a way, for those who don't understand, it's like Pueblo's Super Bowl.
It is. It really is.
It's like Pueblo's Super Bowl. It's where whichever school wins, you're going to get like
yeah.
It's like when the Super Bowl team comes back to their home city. And
It's insane.
they get the coronation of a parade.
Yeah,
you know?
it's super big, and it's really nice to just soak all that in. So I'll stay there for a few minutes and then come home, watch a movie.
Nice, man. Nice. Well, I will be there Friday night, 7 p.m., Earl Dutch Clark Stadium. Get your tickets if you haven't, because it is the toughest, hottest ticket in town that you guys should not miss. It's a big game, and this guy's going to be doing it all. Catch him playing at halftime, catch him playing in the game. Like I said in the intro, he will block, he will run, he will catch a pass, he will lay the smack down on your candy ass. My cousin Michael.
I like that.
Good luck to you, my man.
Thanks.
All right. Yep.